Hello guys, welcome back to another episode. Sorry couldn't upload any videos this week. Even after semi-final was done yesterday, I had recorded it but didn't have time to edit it. So yeah, we'll talk about both the games in this video. Starting off with Spain versus France. Banter of the field had already started before the World Cup also. There were talks that if these two giants are going to meet in any point of the World Cup, it's going to be a huge, huge game. Pretty much everybody thought that whoever would be the winner of this game would eventually win the World Cup. But starting from the match, the first 12-15 minutes were pretty much nervous for both the teams. Both the teams were trying to do some sequences of play that would disrupt the formation or the opposition. At the same time, they were also trying to look threatening. France was more dangerous in those sequences, and many mispasses were happening from both the teams. Dispositions were also happening. Some fouls also committed, but both of the teams were looking for that one breakthrough so that they would get an advantage and gain some confidence in the game. And that's when Spain got the penalty from Lamine. Very poor judgment from Lucas Dean. We thought it would be easy to just control the ball once it's on the ground, but he forgot to scan. These small details are very much important when you have headed the wrong way. Like we could also see that the heading was not that accurate, and that's when Lamine thought that I can get the ball because that was not a proper ball control from him, and Lamine just pounced on the ball, and that's when they conceded a penalty. Like France, great finish from Oyarzabal from the spot. He is the striker in form in the forwards, I would say. Lamine was also, I think, not that much to the level in this World Cup. So yeah, that's a win-win for Spain. After that, Spain were pretty much comfortable on the ball. They had figured out how to play against France, and the whole game was pinpoint perfection and 100% accuracy. Not one single mistake I could point out except for Kukureya's frustrated foul on Olise, I think. But he just regained his patience and calmness and started playing again. Every player on the Spain team was so good on the ball and off the ball also. Always shifting in the free spaces, trying to collect the ball, then breathing calmly at the same time. Every player, like I couldn't even name one player who was not in the game from Spain's side. France were looking clueless. They didn't even match the tempo of Spain's game, and maybe due to that reason they weren't able to attack that lethally. But once they conceded a goal, they were looking a little bit threatening with Dembele. Like there were some huge clearances from France, and at the same time, Dembele was giving those long balls to Mbappe whenever he was in the spaces. But Kubarsi and Laporte both covered brilliantly. But once things settled a little bit, Spain just outclassed France. Rodri's defensive recoveries, Fabian Ruiz's dribbles, those small stop stops and just going into the spaces whenever the France's player was giving them, like we could see in so many sequences. Fabian Ruiz just attracting France players and giving some brilliant feints, and what else? Kubarsi's one dribble in the midfield, a cheeky one, just went past like two, three players and then just got himself crowded with three players and just cheeky play from him to just hit the ball to the opposition and gone for the outside. I don't know why France gave too much space to Laporte. They could have pressed him, but that also didn't work. And both the wing backs, Petro Porro, brilliant score, brilliant one-to-one to just expose the France defense. Like in one pass, Daniel Mo just created that space for Petro Porro. Kukureya, good defensive recoveries, good runs on the flanks. Daniel Mo always finding free spaces for passes. Even in the tight spaces, also he was pretty much good. Lamine Yamal is improving game by game, and today he was a little bit dispossessed, but that's okay. And he was doing great dribbles. Lucas Dean had a problem, big problem once he considered the penalty. His confidence also went down. But once Theo Hernandez came, then he took hold of Lamine Yamal. Oyarzabal's penalty and his movements in the mid. Sometimes he came dropped back to the mid and Daniel Mo switched positions to Oyarzabal for the striker. Baena also kept Kunde busy. He physically challenged him and a lot of physical game for Kunde and Baena. So yeah, this Unai Simons saves from Mbappe coming out of the line, goal line, and then tackling Mbappe, then do a shot also. I don't know. That was another big failure from Due, but Unai Simon also pretty much covered everything. That's a team performance, and this whole team performance was for the whole match, whole 90 minutes plus how many extra time that they were there. And this is the first match I would say which is a complete dominance for 90 for the whole match from a one team, because we have seen so many matches where the team holds off and plays brilliant football till the 80 85th minute and then just crumble in the 10 minutes. So yeah, this was the game, and this is when they pretty much uh, outclassed France. Talking about France, Saliba got injured. Upamecano was good in defensive recoveries. Kunde had a hard game. Lucas Dean had a hard game. Chouameni, I don't know, he was lost in the game. Adrian Rabiot in the first half was they were only outlet where he would create free spaces for France, and then he was the creator, I would say, for the first half, pretty much more than any other France player on the team that was on the field. And he unfortunately got a yellow card, and that's why Deschamps substituted him in the first after the first half. Kone came in place of him. Olise tried to dribble pass so many times, but he was shut down pretty much easily. He was also frustrated at some point because there would be technical fouls on you because as you are number 10 player for the team trying to dribble pass, trying to not be acting nonchalant and actually underestimating France's quality in defense. Sorry, Spain's quality in defense. Spain has conceded only one goal in this whole World Cup, and they are the best defensive team in the World Cup. So, like, the World Cup is almost over, so Spain has been the best defensive team because they hold the ball so cleanly, and off the ball movement also whenever they don't have they try to cover as much as possible. Mbappe had a few good chances, but Kobarsi shut him down, Laporte shut him down, Kukurea also shut him down at one point. Dembele was decent in the first half, but again, once Spain settled in, he also just shut down by Spain. Doe and Barcola. Barcola, though, he was not in the game. He was not doing anything, nothing. And then Doe came, Cherky came. Cherky also just tried to be acting nonchalant. I don't know why these players think of themselves as they could just tease the opponent when you're literally not doing anything on the pitch, trying to be trying to act flair, I would say, and yeah, completely outclassed. I don't know why Deschamps didn't trust Adrian Rabiot because Rabiot was the only player who was trying to create something out of it. But yeah, didn't trust Rabiot because he could have got red easily in the second half with the Spain's attack that was going on throughout the game. But yeah, he should have trusted him a little bit more. Like how Kukurea got a yellow card, but still he played for the whole match. That's trust from their manager that you it's your responsibility now to play carefully and at the same time not lose the ball, not lose the duels, not lose the defensive responsibilities and everything. But yeah, completely outclassed. Second goal was a brilliant pass from Daniel Mo. He was fouled, but he did enough to just open the defense lines for Poro, and Poro's great finish. Lamine Yamal gave those brilliant runs, caught offside a few times he was in there. Saw the tiki taka from Spain. I don't know who was that the first passer. I think Rodri. It was Rodri only. Rodri to Lamine, Lamine to Olmo, Olmo to Lamine again, and Lamine to Fabian Luis. But Fabian Luis just couldn't convert it. But that was a brilliant play, like nostalgic from Barca or Spain in 2010s. Uh, what else? That's it's blazing. Like they clearly showed the difference between their technical ability. France has the individual power, but Spain humbled them. And pretty much France were not tested in this whole World Cup. I think they should have got some things tried and tested, but they didn't try anything. And at the end of the day, they were outclassed by Spain. So yeah, Spain are in the finals, and don't know what's gonna happen next. But yes, talking about the second semi-final, Argentina versus England. Whoa, the game that we expected from France and Spain happened to be England versus Argentina. Tight physical game from the start. Both teams were so into the game from the start, trying to foul each other. 19 fouls happened in the first half itself. It was not at all boring. Both teams were so physical. They were trying to tease each other, trying to fight each other, and so many things happened in the first half. But no shot on target. Not even one attempt on the goal. Only Enzo's shot, I would say, that went over the goal. But second half tried something new, and Kane dropped in midfield and created a ball for Bellingham. Oh, sorry, Rogers. And Tagliafico just cleared it, but it happened to fall in the legs of Declan Rice. Declan Rice gave it back to Rogers, and Gordon's beautiful run inside the box to score the first goal for England. Yeah, Gordon's movement was good, but I think a little bit of same a mistake from Molina in a different pattern, we would say, compared to Lucas Dean. But he was confused a little bit like from where Gordon would come. Would he come from the back of his right side or the left side? But Gordon went straight in front of him from the left and scored the goal. Both the teams had different starting lineup today. Rogers was in for the place of Madueke and Saka, and here DePaul was not playing, and Simeone was put in that for that matter, and he was so brilliant in the game. Like I could say that they needed this physical game. That's why Simeone was also there trying, and like yeah, is also physical, but they need. I don't know why they went. Maybe because they wanted to try the wing attacking at some point, because we have seen Argentina in this whole World Cup, and unless Messi is on the right wing, they haven't tried anything from the wings. Tried some plays from Tagliafico's side, but not from Molina's side. We haven't seen that much technique. But yeah, once England scored the first goal, that's when I think Tuchel's strategy failed, because after that they completely parked the bus and invited so much attack from Argentina. Yeah, it worked before for England, but this is Argentina. They are the world champions. They are the most lethal attacking team, even more than France, I would say. At some stage, at some points of the game, they are so dangerous and lethal that they could easily bury any half chance in the box they would get, because they have Messi, who is so brilliant. uh, don't have words at this point. Two assists, first we would say in those billions, but once England started to park the bus in front of their goal, that's when Argentina believed that they would come back, and it happened. They saw that pattern again from starting of the knockout stages. Everybody, when they considered a goal, when they scored a goal against Argentina, beat an equalizer, beat a lead, they parked the bus, except for Egypt. But Egypt also, after some point, they were shut down. Like they were trying to counter attack, but at the same point, they had also parked the bus. Here, England with that much quality they have, they should have they should have tried to score another goal, but Tuchel thought that it would be a defensive masterclass, but it converted into a disaster class. Messi shifted to the right wing again. Uh, Simeone was substituted, or I don't know who was that, but Nico Gonzalez was substituted in place of Tagliafico. Paredes was substituted in place of DePaul, and that was another masterclass from Scaloni, I would say, because in the first half we saw how had just kicked the ball for that went over the bar. So I think Enzo in that number 10 area was brilliant, and Enzo's game was also brilliant today. He pulled off so many things, defensive recoveries, attacking passes into the final third as well, and scoring the goal. But that goal was so coming, like everybody saw it, because in that span of 5 minutes, Enzo shooted like 4 or 5 times, and the before the goal shot also, the corner was because of Enzo's shot. And I don't know, England trying to crowd the box thought that a shot wouldn't come. Till that point, England were so good at clearing the crosses as well. But once they conceded, they completely lost the rhythm of the game. And because at that point of time, defensive substitutions were also made. Dan Burn came, Nico Orel came. I don't know. He should have put some attacking players also at some point to look threatening, so that Argentina's players won't commit players, so many players in the attack. But yeah, Argentina also went all in. Like they put attacking substitutions, and at the same point, England put defensive substitutions. and that's how the game went. Like England tried to defend and Argentina tried to attack. And we saw it coming from a mile away. Like Enzo's goal was inevitable. After that, also Argentina were in control of the ball, and this is the thing. Like they needed a few minutes on the ball, and some like Messi's magic or maybe anything. Like they were so good, I would say. Like I don't have words to describe how good they were, because they were tested every game in the knockout stage by this strategy only. And to bring out that game, we literally saw how they played in the last 10 minutes when England parked the bus. They have seen this game for the last like 3 4 games, and now they have perfected. Like any team would come and park the bus on Argentina, it would be over in like 4 5 minutes. They put crosses, they put short, long range shots, post hit from McAllister 2 times, or the scoreline would have been 4-1. That's how perfect they made that strategy when anyone or any opposition tried to park the bus on Argentina. England, with the quality they have, yeah, I think they were good, but they were not tested with this kind of opposition. They were so hell bent that they will clear this one goal thing. But yeah, it was Messi's brilliance. Second goal was also great goal from uh, Messi. Before that sequence, only McAllister hit the post, and that went to Messi. Messi's cross from the right foot, pinpoint cross to Lautaro Martinez. He scored the header. Unbelievable stuff from Argentina in this knockout stages, and everybody who doubted them that they are getting an easy path, every game they outshined in those moments when it mattered. And yeah, England were good opposition, but they underestimated Argentina so much and overestimated their defense so much that it literally killed the game. And we also saw one more thing that I wanted to point out is, once the first goal went and Argentina were still in control of the ball, England, I think, were looking for an extra time, but Argentina were not, and we could clearly see that they are going for the winner. Ar- uh, England were not. So yeah, that's the difference. That was a big major difference in their mentality, and Argentina are through. What a story it has been, and it all comes down to the biggest biggest stage of the World Cup, the finals, Spain versus Argentina. A boy who was baptized, touched by a player, by an upcoming superstar who would become the greatest of all time, be worshipped by their countrymen as a god, is playing against the god himself. That this is the story nobody in the world could have expected. This is a real life unbelievable story. We'll talk we'll talk about it in the next video, but this is it for England and France. They'll play the third place match. Doesn't matter who wins. It's a it's now respectable whoever wins, but yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about other two games in the next video. Thanks for watching. Thanks a lot, and sorry for uploading it very late. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, thanks. Peace out.